Okay.
All clear.
Launch stations.
Launch stations!
Good luck, Colonel.
Liftoff minus 10.
Sky 1 to skydiver control. Airborne.
Roger, Sky 1.
Replacement Sky 1 approaching rendezvous.
Roger, Sky 1. Have begun docking procedure.
You've got a great crew there, Captain. It's been a privilege working with you these past weeks.
We've enjoyed your company, sir. Hope you have a good furlough.
Don't worry. I really plan to let my hair down.
Scotch.
Good night, Sylvia. Good night, Paul. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
I'll walk you to the door. Why don't you fix yourself a drink?
Good night, Sylvia. Thanks for the lovely party.
Is this what you're looking for?
It's a great party.
Looks like it.
What's the time?
4:30.
Do you know, I've got to be up around 7 tomorrow.
sparkling.
$4:30, $5:30, $6:30.
Do you know what you need? An alarm clock. Here's your coffee, Keith.
Yeah, that's just what I needed.
Good morning, sir.
Moonbase to control. Sighting. Area red 042184.
How does it look, Lieutenant?
We're awaiting confirmation.
Hi. Hello.
Franklin. Joe Franklin. Missile technician. No, don't tell me. It's, Ford? Fraser? Foster. Paul Foster. Glad to meet you, Colonel. I knew it had to begin with F. These poops are going through the entire alphabet. Everything from Aaron to Zazinski.
Yeah. I hear everybody in Shadow has to go through it.
Right.
Will Colonel Paul Foster please report to room 17 on the first floor?
I think you're first in line, sir. You're FO, I'm FR. See you in the Fun Palace.
UFO 428. Speed 1.5 million miles per second. Bearing positive. Course 017234 red.
Sighting confirmed. We have a UFO on positive track. Red alert. Interceptors, immediate launch. Interceptors, immediate launch. Moonbase to control. We have a positive sighting.
Get the trajectory termination as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
Ever contracted scarlet fever, mumps, measles, whooping cough, German measles, chicken pox?
Yes.
Yes?
I had measles.
Oh. How old were
4.
you?
Was it 5? 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4.
plenty of sleep, Colonel?
Oh, yes. Most of the time.
Well, after 2 weeks here, you'll feel on top of the world.
It could be better, Foster. Keep it up, Rowan. Well, we'll soon get rid of that, won't we, Franklin?
Course 017-348-101.
Speed? Sol 0, decimal 5 reducing. Program computers for missile firing sequence.
Program complete. Missile firing 18.4.
Great place.
A giggle a nanosecond.
Can't wait to leave.
Some workout.
Yeah. And this is only the first day.
Come on, gentlemen. One of you into the bar.
Oh. That's just what I can do with. And I'm first. O before R.
Right. You reckon you're ready for this? It's a sonar bath.
Moonbase for you, sir.
All right, go ahead, Lieutenant.
We have the UFO termination fix. Southern England, grid reference 4706.
Yes, ground radar gave us the same information, Lieutenant.
How badly was it damaged?
Well, the interceptor scored a probable hit, but the UFO seemed to maintain its course. Listen, Lieutenant, I want Moonbase maintained on a full red alert. If that UFO breaks cover and lifts off, I want it destroyed. Now, keep me informed.
Roger and out.
Are the mobiles moving in?
Yes, sir.
Nothing of real significance here, Alec.
The research center is less than 15 miles away.
I doubt if the aliens would travel 1 billion miles to visit a glorified health farm, even if it is run by SHADO.
Didn't Paul Foster check in there this morning?
Colonel Foster?
Yes.
Get me Dr. Fraser at that research center.
Yes, sir.
Radio contact negative, sir.
Well, keep trying.
Yes, sir.
You'd better get over there, Alec. Fast.
Right. We've just landed. I couldn't see any activity around the house.
Now listen, Alec. The men from the mobiles have the place completely surrounded.
Well, hold them back. I'll move in with the helicopter crew. There's less chance of being spotted. Out.
Okay, let's go.
You wait here.
Come with me. You wait there.
Are you certain?
We've searched the whole center. Everyone's dead, and there's no trace of Paul Foster.
There's only one answer, Alec. He's been taken by the aliens.
Steer 128. Maintain present speed.
128 it is, sir.
Control to Skydiver. I have Commander Straker for you.
Waterman here, sir.
Captain Waterman, I have some news. It concerns Colonel Foster. I'm afraid we must assume that he is in the hands of the aliens. Did you read me, Captain?
Yes. Sir, what happened?
The research center was attacked. Colonel Foster is officially listed as missing. Now, that UFO is still in the area. I want Sky One maintained on full red alert, ready for an interception.
Yes, sir.
How can a thing like this happen?
We work on the assumption that Colonel Foster is alive and will be rescued. Okay? All right, this is supposed to be an operational alert. Let's get to it.
Maximum speed. Seal all water locks. Start checks A through G.
Control to skydiver. Remain on standby for emergency launch.
Well, what are his chances?
Oh, come on, Alec.
Now tell me, I just want to know what you have in mind.
When that UFO lifts off, the ground radar should fix its position immediately.
And?
We destroy it.
Knowing that Paul Foster is almost certainly aboard.
That's right.
You just better hope I'm never in a position to press the button on you.
How do you know he's even still alive, Alec? Look, Paul Foster's a highly trained, dedicated, courageous officer. What he knows the entire SHADO setup. Yes, he's trained to resist interrogation, but what gentle means of persuasion will they use to crack him? No, Alec. If we destroy that UFO, Paul Foster loses his life. Quick and clean. If we don't get it, God knows what will happen to him.
Commander Straker, we have a radar trace.
Do we have a fix?
Yes, sir. Computer triangulates grid reference 124048.
Speed?
800 knots, accelerating.
That must be it.
Where's Skydiver?
Yes, sir.
Compute.
Roger.
Looks like we could intercept around here. Where's that readout? It looks good. Signal Sky 1. Immediate launch.
Yes, sir. Launch stations.
Check boosters 1, 2, and 3.
Clear 1.
One and two cleared.
Lift-off stations. Lift-off -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Sky 1 to control. Airborne.
We have you on positive track, Sky 1. Set onboard computer for interception course.
Check the UFO's airspeed.
Yes, sir. $1,500 knots.
What's its rate of climb?
10.4 MPM.
Maybe it's more damage than we thought.
Let's hope so.
I have it on radar. Range 29 miles. Closing.
You must get it. It's a sitting duck.
Have visual contact. Setting missile firing sequence.
You've got a great crew there, Captain. It's been a privilege working with you.
Missile launch. -10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 0.
How the blazes did he miss it? Get me Lieutenant Ellis.
Sir.
Excellent visibility. Positive radar track. Positive infrared homing signal. I thought that Captain Waterman
Had any emotion for a man he's been serving with for the past 2 months?
Moonbase for you, sir.
Lieutenant Ellis, what are the chances of an interception by Moonbase?
None at all, sir. The UFO's leaving Earth on an anti-lunar trajectory.
Beyond your range. I'll keep tracking it and report any change.
Roger and out.
Prepare to receive Captain Waterman.
Yes, sir.
Open bulkhead.
Range 26 million receding. Lieutenant? Can't be. Check it. And tell control.
Well, just how long is this going to take? Is it or isn't it?
It's pretty complex, sir. Times, courses, trajectories, the interplay of G-forces.
Result sequence. Trajectory 042326 cycling. Lunar G variable 7/5.4. Computer predicted power loss 70%. Orbit fading 0.4 GRT. Predict impact lunar grid reference B182.
Moonbase to control. Positive.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
So the UFO's headed for the moon?
Yes. It doesn't have enough power to escape the lunar G-force. It must have been damaged. Oh, you were asking about Foster's chances of survival. I'd say they've just improved. They must be down to 1,000,000 to 1.
UFO is still maintaining its trajectory.
Good. Just as long as it continues to head for the moon, do nothing. But if it manages to develop enough power to pull away from lunar gravity, launch your interceptors and destroy it.
The astronauts are in position. They can be spaceborne in seconds.
Fine. Well, keep me informed, Lieutenant.
Roger and out. Do we have a closer fix on where it's going to land? Yes. Grid reference 182084. That's about 40 kilometers. I'm going out there. Tell Moon Mobile 1 to stand by. Yes, Lieutenant. We'll be in the area in 8 minutes. Keep me informed of the UFO's progress.
Yes, Lieutenant.
We're in position.
Area confirmed. 2 minutes from impact.
$60 seconds.
50.
40.
30. 20.
There it is. It's going to crash.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Will you ask Jackson to come in?
Yes, sir.
Well, what's the situation?
Well, I've just had a long conversation with Moonbase. The situation is a very difficult one. Colonel Foster's general physical condition is satisfactory, considering what he's just been through. But he's in an alien spacesuit. He's breathing liquid.
Well, we can make the transfer back to normal breathing. Oh, come on now. You've done it before.
Yes, with aliens, Alec.
And none have survived more than a few hours. It's an extremely hazardous operation. We've by no means perfected the technique. There's another difficulty. Here at SHADO headquarters, we have every facility. On Moonbase, the equipment is naturally more crude. Well, I'll be monitoring the operation by video link, if you'll excuse me.
you're going to have to help me with the helmet.
Listen, Alec. Paul Foster's in top physical shape. He's an expert skin diver, used to underwater pressure.
You think that background may help?
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm sure it must be an advantage.
You could be right. Strong lungs, good respiratory system.
Sure. He'll pull through. Come on.
We're all set here, sir.
Right. Now, listen carefully. As I see it, the main problem will be panic when the helmet is removed. Colonel Foster's been breathing liquid for some hours now. Drugs will have been used to help his lungs adapt. Now, when we attempt to reverse to normal, the physical experience will be similar to drowning. Unless this moment is carefully controlled, the patient could go into convulsion and possibly choke. Let the colonel know the situation, right?
If you can hear me, nod your head. We're going to remove your helmet. Try and maintain your rhythm of breathing. Whatever happens, don't panic. Do you understand?
What is that?
2 cc's of petrocol. It should help, I hope. Is the resuscitator ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, Lieutenant. Begin.
Take hold of him. Now.
Hold him down. He could rupture his lungs.
Hold him down. Stop him struggling.
One more day to go. Yep, one more day. Then, back to my favorite planet, Earth. You know, Grant, we're going to miss you.
Sure.
No, really, I mean, having a character like you around really breaks the monotony.
Well, I'd love to stay, really, but,
Oh, I know. You got 100 chicks just waiting for you to call.
Well, let's not go overboard. 80 or 90, maybe?
More coffee.
Thank you, sir.
Hey.
Pressure leak!
New port secure and tested. Repressurized.
I want every part of this sphere searched. I want the remains of that port collected from outside and reconstructed. I want the answer. Astronaut William Grant, killed in the line of duty, April the 12th, 1981.
There's your answer.
We've calculated that the projectile was fired from a group of rocks about 200 meters from the base. The chemical analysis hasn't told us much, except it's part alloy. One of the constituents is unknown on Earth.
Now, you're saying that a UFO landed on the moon, undetected, and one of its occupants got out and fired this projectile at moon base.
3 days ago, a particularly large stream of meteorites played havoc with our tracking system.
It could have landed then.
Yes, yes. Then just taken off again after the attack.
No, the interference didn't last long enough. It's still somewhere on the moon. I've had the interceptors searching for the last 24 hours.
And if they find it?
My orders are seek and destroy.
When is the next lunar launch possible?
At 1400 hours tomorrow, sir.
Alec, I'm going back to Moonbase with Commander Foster. You will assume command here.
Right.
Oh, and Alec, could you get me everything we've got on the disintegration of UFOs in the Earth's atmosphere?
Give me 30 minutes.
Commander, I want you to countermand your orders to the interceptors. Tell them to seek and observe. Yes, I know. The natural reaction is to want to hit back. I like to build Grant, too. But we know that a UFO disintegrates if it stays too long on Earth. All of our evidence suggests that it has some reaction with our atmosphere.
And there's no atmosphere on the moon.
Exactly. This may be our best chance ever to get our hands on a UFO, intact. Well, Foster, you'll be home in time for supper.
Home?
Moonbase.
astronauts to get those aerial photos in here fast. That's the first thing he'll ask for.
The second thing, Space Tracker Harrington. The first thing is a cup of coffee. Perhaps you'll be good enough to organize that. Miss Barry.
Yes, sir?
I met your father about a month ago. I was happy to tell him I think you're settling in extremely well.
Thank you, sir.
Now, if you'd ask someone to bring the aerial photographs along to the leisure sphere, please.
Sir.
Oh, Harrington. That's with cream and sugar, please.
Yes, sir.
Infrared from 30,000 feet.
And you say it's in there.
Yes, sir. Here's a blow-up.
Ah, yes. There it is. Oh. How long would it take a moonmobile to get into that area?
It's just below the Terminator.
All right, let's set it up.
I suggest we use 2 mobiles, a couple of men in each.
Fine. Who do you suggest as crew?
I'd like a crack at that, sir.
Thank you.
Mark can handle it. He knows the area.
Fine. You can choose your own navigator.
Thank you, sir.
Now, that just leaves the other moonmobile.
I'll pick my own crewmen as well. I suggest we use a missiles operative.
As Moonbase commander, your place is in the control sphere.
Maybe, sir. But I was the one who saw Bill Grant's face as he tried to make it to that airlock.
Port of control. 3 miles from Terminator.
Roger.
They'll soon be in darkness. Tell them to stick together.
Control to mobiles. Maintain close visual contact.
Roger, control. Did you hear that, Mark?
Don't worry, sir. I'll be breathing down your neck all the way.
Just under 2 miles from target.
Listen, Foster, at the first sign of trouble, get the blazes out of there, and I'll send the interceptors in. Is that understood?
Understood. But we won't need them. Out. Lights. Mark, we should be able to see them from the top of the next ridge.
We'll leave the mobiles here and go in on foot.
Roger.
Right, let's go. It's there, all right.
Great. Any sign of life?
No. Control, have positive sighting of UFO.
Position?
In the center of a crater, just as it was in the aerial shots. It hasn't moved.
What does it look like?
Difficult to say.
But from its attitude, it could have been damaged on landing.
What about the radiation check?
Negative. It's just sitting there.
Well, I suppose it's just possible it might be abandoned.
There's only one way to find out. We'll move in 2 minutes.
Right. Yellow alert.
All air supplies A-OK.
Time check. 11:04:45 now.
Check.
Now listen. There's a rock just over that ridge. Wait till the guy ahead of you reaches it before you come over the top.
Right. Who's first in line?
My privilege.
I'll follow you.
Then Brad and Don. Any questions?
We could run into an alien out in the open.
Remember, they're expendable. We want the UFO. Hold it. Get out.
Control, the UFO has opened fire on us.
Red alert. Interceptors immediate launch. Program onboard computer for attack.
Yes, sir.
Send the interceptors in, but tell them to hold their fire till I give the word.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Straker says to pull out.
We're pinned down here. Look, I'll go get a moonmobile.
What if the UFO takes off?
It's a chance I've got to take. Give me 2 minutes.
ETA target, 4 minutes.
This is Control. How soon will you be clear?
Couple of minutes, sir.
What's the holdup?
We'll be clear any minute now, sir.
Pull back to the mobiles. Come in, Mark. Can you hear me?
Come in, Mark. Can you hear me? Come in, Mark. Mark!
Interceptors, 90 seconds from target.
Something must have gone wrong. Come on, let's go.
The interceptor leader has visual contact. The UFO is lifting off.
Order the attack.
Take cover!
Maybe he was thrown clear.
If I thought there was one chance in 10 million.
It could happen.
Well, you said yourself the Moonmobile was totally destroyed. No. Relax, Lieutenant. Relax.
I was just going to grab some sleep, sir.
Yes. It's been a long 12 hours. Mark, I'm sure you realize how important this base is. It's a vital link in our defense system. Now, whoever commands it has got one of the most responsible jobs in Shadow. I'd like you to consider it, Mark.
Are you offering me the job, sir?
Yes. Does that surprise you?
Not altogether. And does it surprise you if I say no?
Well, it disappoints me.
Well, you've done your duty. You've asked. And I've given you the no you wanted.
What do you mean, I've done my duty?
Sure. After Foster, I'm the senior man. The obvious choice, if you like.
So, I offer you the command of Moonbase, and you say no. Why? I asked you why.
Because of this.
Oh, don't give me that. Racial prejudice burned itself out 5 years ago.
How would you know? All right. On the surface, maybe. But deep down inside of people, it's still there. Maybe it will never show. And maybe it will. Like sometime I'm ordering a guy out on a mission. A time the chances are he won't be coming back.
Look, I'm not offering you some easy number. And I don't care if you're polka dot with red stripes. You're the best man for the job. Now, do you want it? Do you want it?
Yes, sir. I would like it. But not like this.
No one wanted it like this. Now, you get some rest, Commander.
morning, sir.
Morning.
I'd just like to say we're glad to have you with us, sir.
Thank you very much. This is Control to Moon Mobile 3. Proceed to Area 183 as instructed.
Yes, sir.
You've sent out a mobile?
Yes, sir.
To the UFO crater?
Yes. To look for wreckage of the UFO. I did not know I needed your permission.
You don't, Commander. Carry on.
I'll take her a couple of degrees over to port. There's a back crevasse peel about 10 miles on. We'll go round it. Right. I see what you mean. About what? That crevasse field straight ahead. Rough terrain. Help! Help! Over here! Help! Hold it, sir. Over here! They've seen us! Hey! Hey! Come on, wake up! We're saved! They've seen us! We're okay! Bring an air cylinder, hurry! Listen, listen. We're safe. We're safe. They found us. Now, you stay here. Do you understand? You stay here. Listen, there's an alien. He's back there. He saved my life. He's a friend. He's trying to say something. Yes, radio's US. Can't you hear me? An alien.
Okay, Commander, we can't hear you. Right, let's lift him up.
Don't you understand? He's a friend.
Take it easy, Commander.
What's he trying to say?
I don't know. Let's get him back to the Moonmobile.
Shall we carry him, sir? Hold it a minute. Listen, there's an alien. He's a friend. He saved my life. Don't you understand? An alien.
Alien? He said something about an alien.
An alien? No. No. No.
Sighting radius vector 1096.
Alter course 4.31 degrees. Confirm bearings.
109.6. Orbital altitude 306.2 miles.
Vostok 2 launched June 1365. Fire limpet.
limpet attached, moving away.
Stand by. Activate.
Positive, sir.
Resume course.
Confirm sighting at radius vector 1520.
There she is.
Position and data correct.
Log and resume course.
Apollo 8, December 21, 1968.
What we say goes no further than this room, okay? So let's get down to the infighting. You have been a thorn in my side for years, Straker. Consistently excessive demands for the diversion of resources to your organization. Now you're saying a total clearance program.
Right.
And I'm saying, while I'm running this commission, I'll fight you on this issue every inch of the way.
Ah, you've been practicing.
What are you working on anyway, Alec?
One of Straker's projects. It's a beautification campaign.
Well, I won't deny you could use it.
Space junk. Straker wants it all cleared.
Well, the Astrophysical Commission takes care of any space junk. Anything with hazard potential.
Straker has an idea it could be used by the aliens to crack our defense system. I'm beginning to think he may be onto something.
Well, if your report shows it's a possibility, the junk gets cleared. So what's the problem?
James L. Henderson is the problem.
Cost, time, personnel, resources. You want reasons. Why not? I can give you 100.
Listen, Henderson. Every item of space junk could be cleared in a matter of weeks, if the Commission gave its full support. As for the cost, I admit it would be high, but safety factors alone would justify it.
Safety factors?
Yes. My organization uses space more than any other. My pilots take more risks with that junk in 1 month than
my men do in a year. No, we need facts, Straker. Details, statistics. You just don't have them.
Don't I?
Of course you don't.
I have my report.
Your report.
You promised that the commission would not take a final decision on the clearance program until my report had been fully considered.
And so it won't. However, I must confess I don't think it'll have that much influence.
Well, if that's so, Henderson, it must be because you've already swung the commission against it.
Look, Straker, we've just completed the annual clearance of all items of space junk we consider a menace to navigation. The cost was more than double that of last year's operation.
And worth every penny.
Do you realize what a full clearance program would cost?
Look, I'm not going to swap dollar signs with you, Henderson. Men's lives are at stake. Now, I want that junk cleared. Every last piece.
Well, where is he?
He's on his way, sir. Commander Straker.
Freeman.
Alec, I want that space clearance report.
Well, you just got here, and there's data still missing.
I don't care what's missing. Looks like Henderson's commission have already decided against a major space clearance project. We have to convince them otherwise.
Well, give me 24 hours. It can't make any difference to you, but it could make a heck of a difference to the report.
I want that report, Alec. I don't care what shape it's in, just get it back here.
Shadow Lunar Module 32 cleared for takeoff at 14:21:34. Stand by.
Roger, Moonbase. Affirm TET.
Affirmative. Trans-Earth trajectory green. Lift off 32.
Check Delta coordinates. Coordinates correct, sir. Earth orbit insertion, 2 hours, 13 minutes, 8 seconds, sir. Right. Contact Shadow HQ and Moonbase. Tell them we're going for EOI in 43 minutes, 29 seconds. Right, sir?
32 reports Earth orbit insertion at 13:08:21, sir.
Contact SID. Tracking procedure green. Has Shadow HQ been alerted?
Yes, sir.
So everything's fine? Straker's not going to think so.
He's expecting you.
Re-entry angle, 6.58 degrees. EOI, 4 minutes, 12 seconds. sighting, sir. That's 7035. That's in behind us. Confirm sighting. Affirmative, sir. And it's closing fast. Contact Moonbase.
32 reports unidentified sighting, sir.
Signal red alert.
What's happening? Angle increasing.
His angle of re-entry is too steep. Telling to correct angle of re-entry.
Loss of signal, sir.
Still increasing. Something's pulling us off course. We've got to correct. Pitch actuator, 1.3, burn.
Earth orbit insertion now.
No response. We're in trouble.
Look, Henderson, all I need is another 48 hours.
Another 48 hours?
Yes. I can have a summary of the completed report on your desk by then.
You know I can't hold up the commission any longer. Why don't you let me tell them that you decided to withdraw your proposal? I get you off the hook.
I intend to hold you to your word, to consider my report before making a decision on the clearance program.
All right, Straker, I think I'm reading you. You want an alibi for that pilot of yours who killed himself and his crewman. You want to blame it on the presence of uncleared junk.
I want your word, Henderson.
On one condition. Now, you consider your spacecraft was involved in a re-entry collision with an item of space junk?
It's a possibility.
A possibility, yes. So you suspend all lunar flights until we've fully investigated the incident.
You realize what you're doing?
Yes, Commander, I do. I'm proving to the Commission that your organization in its present form is an expensive and unworkable luxury.
Miss Eland. Hard at it?
I'm always hard at it. Sometimes you notice. How did it go, sir?
Go? You know the code word Washington Square, Miss Eland?
Well, not without looking it up. It's not one we use regularly.
It's one I thought we'd never use.
Well, what does it mean, sir?
It means shutdown. Cancel lunar flights. Virtual isolation of Moonbase.
Shadow Control to all unit commanders, Washington Square. I say again, Washington Square. Immediate compliance, Washington Square.
Colonel Foster, sorry to disturb you, sir. Code message from Shadow. Washington Square. I'll check it right away.
There's no need. It means shutdown.
What?
More specifically, it involves a complete ban on all orbital flights.
Colonel Freeman for you.
Put him on.
Why the ban on moon flights?
Henderson.
But why? What about the report?
Forget it. The Commission are going to believe that it's an attempt to blame space junk on the Maddox crash.
When in fact you think it was...
Maddox. Pilot error. Take a rest. Enjoy the scenery, Alec.
What's Straker trying to do?
I don't know.
He doesn't usually take a thing like this lying down.
You couldn't call it typical.
Then there's Maddox. What do we do about him? Forget all about it?
Well, what else can we do? Any pilot can make a mistake. And you're only allowed one.
Not Steve Maddox.
Anyone can make a mistake.
Not Steve Maddox. He's too experienced.
All right. All right. What caused the re-entry error?
He reported an unidentified sighting just before loss of signal.
But the trackers couldn't pick up anything.
Well, it must have been something. Space debris.
Maybe.
Maybe. And we just sit back and do nothing about it?
No. We make sure it doesn't happen again.
Get me 32's electronic log.
Captain Maddox flight?
Yes.
What's going on here? What the devil's going on? Who's in that module?
Colonel Foster.
Why didn't you tell me? Any of you?
Colonel Foster's orders. On no account were we to tell you until takeoff was imminent.
And irreversible. Paul, cut your motors. I said cut your motors.
Paul, this won't help.
What won't?
Taking out a module. If you're doing it for the reasons I think you are.
I'm going to fly the same course Maddox flew.
Under precisely the same conditions.
Yes.
You're crazy. What will it prove?
For one thing, Maddox wasn't responsible for the loss of his ship.
Well, if you do make it, it won't mean much.
Depends on how I get through.
And if you don't?
Then I don't.
Roger. 3. Roger.
What is it?
Two 9 calling moon base.
Everything under control?
So far. EOI in 2 hours,
38 minutes, 22 seconds.
Roger.
Have you contacted Straker yet?
No. But I've a feeling he'll be contacting me soon.
Sighting at galactic latitude 43.17. Longitude 14.53.
But that's moon base operations area.
Right, call Commander Straker.
You'll turn back right now.
EOI in 1 hour precisely. I've gone too far for that.
You're right, Foster. Much too far.
Module 29 to Moonbase.
Go ahead, 29.
Re-entry in 6 minutes, 9 seconds.
Roger.
Moonbase.
Receiving 29.
EOI in 4 minutes, 3 seconds.
Re-entry angle 5.73 degrees. Confirm.
29. Confirm re-entry angle.
Stay on 29.
29's re-entry angle, sir. It's...
Paul, adjust re-entry angle. Cut back to 5.
Cut back to 5, Paul. You're far too shallow.
If he doesn't adjust, he'll bounce off the Earth's atmosphere out into space.
Foster?
Foster here, I'm happy to say.
Congratulations.
But don't let my delight at your survival blind you to the fact that we have a few matters to discuss.
Gone too far this time, Straker.
I don't see it that way.
You authorize a lunar flight.
I authorize nothing.
Look, Straker, I don't want to argue with you. You are responsible, whatever the circumstances.
I agree. But Colonel Foster has proved that there is alien interference with our interorbital flights.
Has he?
Yes. And I almost got killed doing it.
So you say?
Yes, I say!
My apologies.
Thank you.
I think it's time we laid our cards on the table, Henderson.
All right. I'll tell you what I think of Colonel Foster's so-called proof. You knew the commission was going to turn down your space junk clearance program. So you instructed Foster to make this flight.
Now, why should I do that?
Because you were desperate for evidence.
Go on.
You authorized the flight to rig this information, but you won't get away with it. The commission convenes the day after tomorrow. By the time I get through, you'll be out of a job.
Is that all? I'll see you at the commission meeting.
Indeed you will, Commander.
Can he really do it?
Do what?
Ease you out.
Can try.
What about our evidence? They've got to take notice of that.
Evidence. What's it going to look like when Henderson claims that we manufactured it just to get a space clearance program?
But we're right.
Well, sometimes, Colonel, that's not quite enough.
The tracking data's been processed, sir.
Anything?
Not that we can see.
You should have been able to pick up something.
There's nothing on Colonel Foster's log except a record of maneuvers.
All right, send it down to Shadow headquarters.
So what do we do now?
Any suggestions?
No. But we can't just sit around.
I've solved quite a few problems by just sitting around, as you call it, Colonel. I suggest you try it yourself sometime.
Commander, the tracking report on Colonel Foster's flight has just come in from Moon Base.
And?
Nothing unusual, sir.
All right.
So that leaves the MV3 detector.
Yes, they're processing the data now. Well, we haven't had much luck so far. Maybe we're due for a break.
The MV3 data, sir.
Ah, thank you. Looks like an SPS rocket of some sort.
Like the limpet rockets used in debris destruction.
Yeah. But it doesn't make sense. I mean, why would the aliens put a device like this into Earth orbit?
Could be programmed to attack moonship flights.
Blockade on moon base? Maybe. Why hasn't our radar picked it up?
Space debris. It's based in one of those burnt-out rockets over there.
Well, assuming you're right, which one could it be?
Well, considering Maddox and I flew practically identical flight paths, it would have to be one of these two here, or Apollo 8 here, or B-47.
4 possibilities. I think we're onto something.
That should be okay. Freeman.
Alec, I have an assignment for you. I want you to launch the interceptors. Your mission? To destroy 4 pieces of space junk. I'll have control relay the coordinates direct to the astronauts.
You mean space junk in Earth orbit?
Right. And I mean use all 3 interceptors.
All 3?
Yes, I know. It'll leave Moonbase undefended. Nevertheless, do it, Alec. At once.
Now, wait a minute. Do you know what's going to happen when Henderson finds out about this?
Ah, yes. Henderson. Why don't you go over and tell him, Colonel?
What? He'll go berserk.
Yes. Take a nice, slow drive. Give me about half an hour.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Control to interceptor leader. Steer programmed course to Earth orbit.
You will receive destruct details from Earth Control. Out.
Miss Eland, when James Henderson calls, tell him I'm unavailable.
And when he arrives, sir?
Oh, show him right in. The red carpet treatment. He's a very important man. You can expect him at 3 o'clock.
I want to see Straker immediately. And before you try to fob me up with some damn fool excuse, I'm telling you I won't take no for an answer.
Well, of course you may see him, Mr. Henderson. He's expecting you. Go straight in.
Oh. Thank you. Straker.
Ah, Henderson. You're late. Won't keep you a moment. Studio business. Well, I think it's a great script, Mr. Steiner. There we are. Cleared for shooting.
Thanks. You know, I like the way you operate.
Oh, thank you.
Your policy of non-interference. Some executives crawl all over you.
Well, I can assure you, Mr. Steiner, you'll see very little of me.
And I'll give you a film the studio will be proud of. Thanks again. Nice guy. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, Straker. You know I never touched them.
Voice identification.
James Henderson.
Identification positive. Henderson James L.
Thank you.
I tried to call you, Commander. I was told you were not available. Were they your instructions?
Yes.
I see. A very high-handed attitude. However, one more question. Is it true you ordered all 3 moon base interceptors to destroy certain items of space junk?
Correct.
Do you realize what you've done?
You tell me.
You've blatantly and openly defied the Commission and left moon base and the Earth defenseless.
It was my decision. I realize the implications.
You had better start packing, Straker. When the Commission hears about this, you're through.
Aren't you interested in hearing my reasons?
Oh, let's be kind. Let's put it down to a mental aberration, the strain of command. Get those interceptors back on moon base, Commander, while you can still give orders.
Sorry, Henderson.
Don't push your luck, Straker. If moon base reports...
A UFO sighting? Stick around. I'm expecting it.
Possible contact 248016, red. Contact confirmed, UFO 248136, red.
Red alert. Get me Shadow headquarters.
UFO maintaining course 248204, green.
Get the termination.
Request trajectory termination.
Predicted termination 1F026, southern England.
Close enough. Its target is this studio. Maintain visual contact on countdown.
Yes, sir.
And order a complete shutdown.
Shutdown?
Everything. VHF, radar, the computers, complete radio silence.
Straker!
As you said, Henderson, I can still give orders. Complete shutdown. Do it.
Termination, 8 minutes, 4 seconds.
Commander Straker, I'd like to talk to you in your office. You too, Colonel. Straker, I'm relieving you of your command. Colonel Foster will take over as of now.
You can't do it, Henderson. You require the unanimous backing of the Commission.
You think I won't get it?
Yes, I think you could get it. But it would take time.
And this base is due to be attacked in a few minutes? Colonel Foster, assume command. Colonel.
I take my orders from Commander Straker.
Now, for the first time in your life, Henderson, you're going to listen. The aliens put a satellite into Earth orbit using a piece of space junk to cover. Why? A blockade on Moonbase? A logical reason, but obvious. Too obvious. In time, we would have located and destroyed it. So the satellite was a decoy, a red herring for something bigger. An attack on this headquarters. They hoped the satellite would draw the interceptors from Moonbase.
And you fell right into the trap.
I acted as if the plan had worked, yes. It would take a UFO of great destructive power to destroy this underground base. I didn't want that hanging over our heads.
All this guesswork does not explain the shutdown.
Well, why make it easy for them? The UFO is probably programmed onto our radio signals.
I don't buy it, Straker. I just hope you've guessed wrong. Because if you're right, we're about to be killed.
Still time for you to leave. All right. We all just sit here and wait.
For what?
A voice.
Moonbase to Shadow Control. Come in, Control. It's no use, sir. It's a complete radio shutdown.
What the hell is Straker playing at?
4 minutes to termination.
Straker, if we contact the interceptors, there may still be time.
It's no good. They can't operate in the Earth's atmosphere. And the UFO's already in the stratosphere.
Termination, 1 minute, 20 seconds.
We're sitting ducks.
Maybe. Yes.
Sky One has just overflown the studio at 0 feet.
Thank you, Miss Eland. Switch everything on.
Yes, sir.
And get me Captain Carlin.
Sir.
Nice timing, Captain. Don't miss it.
Roger, Control. Sky One to Moonbase.
Request UFO fix and attack coordinates.
We'll relay direct to outward computer.
Stray, that sly old...
Fox?
45 seconds. 40 seconds. 35 seconds. 30 seconds.
Have visual contact. Going in for attack. Sky One is Shadow Control. UFO destroyed.
Colonel Foster, did you get this operation computerized, and we'll prepare it for the commission in my office?
Well, Straker, I guess I owe you an apology. You were right. You can take it. The commission will recommend a complete clearance of all space junk.
Thank you.
Of course, it'll take time. The money has to be raised.
Call it the Maddox Fund.
Maddox?
The pilot who was killed.
Oh, yes. Maddox. Well?
If only you hadn't been so positive that you were right.
Like you?
Henderson. I'll walk you to your car.
Fine. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
My pleasure.
Beautiful.
Very.
And out with the boss, eh? You know her?
I know her, but she doesn't know me. Do you remember the Dalatech affair 6 months ago?
The Dalatech affair? Yeah, I remember.
Sir, the survey.
Thank you.
Is there anything else?
No, that's all.
Sighting at 0135242. Second sighting at 0140242. Third sighting at 0145242.
Trajectory termination.
Preliminary readings indicate moon base area.
Red alert. Interceptors to be on standby.
Attention all defense systems. This is a maximum
Security alert. Attention all defense systems. I say again, this is a maximum security alert. Condition red.
UFO sighted.
ETT, area 140, 60 miles from Moonbase.
Well, there's nothing for them there. Are you quite sure?
We've checked it. We seem to be faced with a UFO attack in force on an area of bare lava rock.
Look, don't try to figure them, Foster. Launch your interceptors.
Interceptors immediate launch. Check trajectory.
Same coordinates, maintaining course.
Switch to onboard computer.
Roger.
The UFOs have changed course.
Hold for further instructions. No possible error.
They veered off.
Where are they heading?
According to the readings, back the way they came.
Interceptors return to base.
Well, did we scare them off?
It'll be the first time.
So what happened?
Anybody's guess.
Guess. With $100 million worth of computer equipment at your fingertips, you still have to guess?
Sometimes, yes.
They didn't make a billion-mile space journey for nothing.
No, sir.
So we need answers, don't we, Colonel?
Is it a decoy that's failed or a red herring that's already succeeded? And it's your job to find out.
I have a sighting. It's traveling too slowly for a UFO.
Meteorite?
Looks like it. Definitely a meteorite. With an ETT in area 017213.
Let me Commander Straker.
Yes, sir.
Straker.
We're tracking a meteorite.
A what?
A meteorite.
You videoed to tell me that.
Its ETT is almost directly on top of the Dalatech installation.
Can you contact them?
There's the radio link.
All right, warn them.
Roger.
Oh, and one more thing, Colonel. If you have to bring any of them back to the base, use the amnesia procedure.
Right. Contact the Dalatech unit. How long to impact?
Approximately 3 minutes.
This is Moon Base calling Dalotech unit. Come in, Dalotech. Moon Base calling Dalotech unit. Come in, Dalotech.
The recorders are all in circuit.
Right, and we'll gather all the substrata material we can. The radio link with the geoscanner's okay? Good. Get down. Let's take a look.
I've told Foster to keep Moonbase on green alert for the next few days.
Hey, maybe they were after the Dalatech installation.
Oh, don't talk to me about Dalatech. I've been avoiding their president all morning.
Well, what do you got against them anyway?
They shouldn't be allowed up there, Alec. A private corporation has no business on the moon. Besides, all the valuable mineral deposits were taken away long ago. No, Dalatech is just wasting time and money.
That's their problem.
Now it's our problem, Alec.
Statistically, that was a 50,000 to 1 shot.
Yeah, a meteorite that size would be.
I suppose if we finish this session, we'd better go back and check the base. A piece of debris could have punctured the outside pressure skin.
Straker.
You're a difficult man to contact, Commander.
It's in the nature of the job.
For security reroutings. My name is Blake.
Yes, the president of the Dalatech Corporation.
I simply wanted to establish contact, Commander. Thank you for your help in preparing our moon project.
Let's get one thing straight, Mr. Blake. Your moon project was approved despite my overwhelming objections.
And if there's any trouble whatsoever,
I shall demand its immediate withdrawal.
My team will be on the moon for a period of 10 days. What can happen in that time?
my command has a complex and hazardous mission. The presence of civilians in the area could easily jeopardize our security operations, as well as our normal procedures.
And my team will use limited radio frequencies. They'll take every precaution to avoid your installations. In fact, they've been thoroughly briefed.
Then they'll be briefed again, Mr. Blake.
Oh, whatever you wish, Commander. I'm quite sure there'll be very little contact with your base. Unless,
Unless what?
in the case of an emergency, you did agree.
To render all possible assistance. Yes.
Pressure normal on 1.
Pressure normal on 2.
Come in, Dalotech. Come in, Dalotech.
Our friendly neighbors, the military. Dalotech survey base?
Colonel Foster for you.
This is Colonel Foster. We monitored a meteorite in your area.
We saw it land quite large, approximately 900 kilos, fell about 200 yards from our installations.
Yes, that agrees with our coordinates. Have you checked the pressure skin for puncture?
Yes, Colonel. Thanks for calling. Out.
Any damage?
No, everything's under control.
Good. And will you be finished on schedule?
Yes, I think so, provided those meteorites leave us alone.
Right. I think that's all. Oh, I talked to Commander Straker about that military installation near you. It's my impression that he's looking for trouble. Make sure you don't give him any.
Don't worry, we're keeping right out of their way, playing it strictly to the book.
Fine.
I'm afraid you have those Dalatech people on your back door for the next 10 days or so, Colonel.
We've had no trouble.
Just the same, I want you to go over there and make sure they're following the agreed procedure. And don't make it too easy for them.
Lieutenant. What's going on? Loss of signal. Run equipment check.
Breakdown in Moonbase video link. Switch in the emergency link.
Emergency link negative, sir.
I can assure you, Colonel, solar activity is minimal.
You're sure? What else can it be?
A fault in the equipment.
The checks say no. Look, run a new test series. The solar wind has disrupted communications more than once.
It's not responsible this time.
Just run the test.
Anything promising?
No, not yet.
Give me 7.
7 it is.
9.
9.
Infrared.
Infrared.
My feet out. Thank you.
Corona will be symmetrical if there were an increase in the number of sunspots.
Exactly. No unusual solar activity.
But it all fitted.
Have you considered the possibility of outside interference?
Go on.
Just an idea.
Dalatech. They're operating on limited frequencies. They could be violating the agreement.
Is there a way to check?
Just one.
Well, that completes this run. What is it? Trouble?
Why else should we receive a visit from the military?
We're operating well within the prescribed frequencies, Colonel.
We'll check that, Miss Carson.
Colonel, we're open to check at any time. But to switch off the geoscanner means a complete write-off for all our work. We'd have to be persuaded there was adequate reason for so drastic a step.
More than adequate reason, Mr. Tanner. Our base radio lost total contact with Earth half an hour ago.
An immediate possibility could be increased solar activity.
The solar wind? The coronagraph check shows negative.
How about a simple radio fault? Do you, check your fuses, Colonel?
We've checked everything.
And now you want to check us?
Can you think of a more logical step?
Run another communication check on Moonbase, will you, Alec?
You ordered a continuous check 30 minutes ago.
Yes, yes.
Why don't you get some sleep?
I will. But not until that video link is back.
Well, you've examined the frequency settings, Colonel. I think they prove that we followed the agreement to the letter.
It proves that you haven't intentionally been operating on limited frequencies, but you could have used them inadvertently.
Miss Carson is in charge of the geoscanner. She's very experienced.
I can imagine.
Colonel, exactly how many radio failures have you had?
One so far.
That doesn't seem too serious.
For a military organization, it could be catastrophic.
And you're absolutely convinced that we're to blame?
It seemed the logical conclusion.
Well, I'm glad we've been able to change your mind.
So am I. Except now it means I'm back at square one.
Well, you'll have to excuse me, Colonel. I have the seismic meters to service. But I'll leave you in Miss Carson's capable hands. If you have any questions, please ask her. Au revoir, Colonel.
Miss Carson,
Jane. Up here, formality's a little superfluous.
Paul.
All right. Paul. I have the impression you're not still 100% certain that we're not the source of your difficulties. And I can see I'm right. And I suppose next time there's a radio blackout, we're going to get the blame.
No, but it means I shall want to make an immediate check on the use of the scanner.
With a complete radio failure, how can you? We're 50 kilometers away.
We'll install a landline between here and Moonbase. That way we'll always have a direct link.
And?
The geoscanner is the only piece of equipment you have powerful enough to disrupt communications. If there's another blackout and the geoscanner isn't transmitting,
We're in the clear.
Yes.
But you'll have to take our word for it that we're not transmitting.
I'll take your word for it.
Honestly, I don't think we're to blame, Paul. I've been very careful. So have Mark and Phil.
Well, we'll install the landline immediately.
I'll wait for your first call.
Well, I must go.
Have you seen all you want?
Yeah, I think I've seen about everything.
And are you satisfied?
Very.
Shadow Control to Moonbase. Do you read me? Shadow Control to Moonbase.
Reading you. Strength 5, voice and vision.
Immediate for Commander Straker. Moonbase contact reestablished.
Yes, sir.
Stand by for video circuit tests.
Landline installation complete, sir.
Right. Galactic base. How's reception?
Well, our own private line. I'm flattered.
Tell me, Jane, what do you do in your evenings off? Well, I know this marvelous little Italian restaurant not 200 miles from here. How about dinner?
Do they have fettuccine?
Beautiful fettuccine.
And a fat Italian mama who does all her own cooking.
You've been there. I'll reserve a corner table.
And we'll sit and look at the stars.
And our only problem will be...
How the devil do we eat fettuccine through a 1/4-inch space visor?
Oh, listen, I've got a moonship coming soon, so I'll have to be going. Do we have it on positive track?
Yes, sir.
Control to lunar module. Switch to computer control for landing.
Roger.
Landing is go.
Thank you, Control. On computer?
Do we still have them?
I'm losing them. Radio malfunction.
Control to module. Switch to manual. Control to
This is lunar module. I have lost you. Maintaining computer control for landing.
Switch to manual. We have radio blackout.
This is lunar module. I repeat, lunar module. I have lost you. Maintaining control for computer landing.
Complete computer shutdown.
This is lunar module. This is lunar module. This is lunar module. Switching back to manual control.
He must have switched to manual, but I think it's too late.
Get a rescue team out there.
Tech base. Yes, Paul. But everything was turned off except the geoscanner, and that wasn't transmitting. I see.
What's wrong?
Colonel Foster's coming straight over. There's been an accident at military base, moonship. The radio blacked out and all the crew were killed.
I say you're responsible.
I understand how you feel, Colonel, but you're wrong.
I made the mistake of believing that last time.
And what do you intend to do about it?
End your operation.
But you can't mean that.
Look, who do you think you are? You don't have the authority.
I do mean it. And I do have the authority.
But the project's almost completed.
I have no alternative, I'm sorry. Remove the circuits.
Don't touch the equipment. This is private property.
Colonel, I can't allow this. Those circuits are irreplaceable.
Exactly.
I'd like to speak to your commanding officer.
There isn't the time. And it wouldn't matter anyway. The circuits come out. Put them in the moonmobile.
You haven't heard the last of this.
Maybe. But we've heard the last of that.
So what do we do now?
What can we do?
Carry on as best we can until we receive further instructions from Blake. In the meantime, we can go out and collect our equipment from the surface.
Fine.
Phil,
You take the area we worked on yesterday. Jane, you go with him. And I'll do the section by the new crater. Okay?
What is it?
I'm not sure that matters. The point is, did we damage it with our blasting?
Or was it damaged by the meteorite?
How did it get into the crater?
Foster installed it.
When? The crater's only been there for a few days.
Now, this is getting us nowhere. We've got to decide what to do about it.
So we go outside and take a closer look.
Good idea.
The decision was taken by the commander on the spot. I support that decision.
The Astrophysical Commission may have other ideas after I've finished talking to them.
Well, that's your prerogative, Mr. Blake. Meanwhile, Galatech does what it's told.
Well, you'll be hearing from me.
Sighting 4028. Confirmed speed 0 Sol 8.
I've got it.
Red alert. Interceptor's immediate launch. We've picked up a UFO.
Give me the trajectory coordinates.
Another blackout. Try and reset. Anything?
Nothing.
What the blazes is going on?
We've lost them again, sir.
And the emergency link?
I've tried it.
Keep trying.
Yes, sir. Shadow control to Moonbase. Do you read me? Nothing, sir.
Reed, we must get that tracker working.
I'll do my best, if I can find the source of the trouble.
UFO maintaining course. Interceptors. Range 20 million miles. Awaiting missing timing and attack.
working outside.
Dalatek. Another radio failure.
Yes. Both our bases are in imminent danger. Get me Tanner.
Colonel Foster.
Hello, Colonel. We were just about to call you. You know that installation of yours in that new crater?
What installation? Crater 236? Well, if there's an installation there, Tanner, it doesn't belong to us.
Estimated range.
Approximately 2.2. 5 minutes from the last known trajectory termination.
Estimated target proximity of Moonmobile.
1 minute 50.
Still no radio contact?
No.
ETA Crater 236, 1 minute 5.
Range 10 million miles.
The position is becoming only too clear, Lieutenant. Just as we hear that Moonbase is under attack from a UFO, radio contact is lost. Now, something is jamming the signal. I believe the cause is some sort of alien device in Crater 236. It was sent in using an orbit that would make us think that it was a meteorite.
Range 5 million miles. Bearing positive.
Do we go on without confirmation?
Our orders are to go straight in and destroy the installation.
What about the Delatech base? It's pretty close by.
I assume Colonel Foster's thought of that.
Tanner? 90 seconds.
No time for details, but I'm confirming we're going to detonate in Crater 236. Be prepared for an explosive decompression. Good luck.
All right, get your helmet on.
I still say Foster's up to something.
We've got no choice. Come on,
Interceptor leader to Moonbase. Come in, Moonbase.
The interceptors are in position, awaiting timing and attack data.
Predict interceptors will be in range in about 40 seconds.
If they haven't altered course. Estimated proximity of Moonmobile.
They should be on target just about now, sir.
They better be.
Okay, range on target.
Range on target.
coming through. Contact AOK, trajectory 839274.
Moonbase to interceptors.
Switch to computer link for course correction.
A missile firing sequence.
Straker.
We've re-established contact with Moonbase, sir.
Right. Colonel Foster, what's the position?
There was an alien device near the Dalatech base.
Yes, we assumed as much.
Well, we have the UFO on positive track. The interceptors are going into attack.
Missile launch, -8.5.
Well done, Captain. Return to base.
And how are the Dalatech personnel?
Well, they were shaken up a bit at first, but they're fine now. The Moonmobile is bringing them back to Moonbase.
Right. You'll have to use the amnesia procedure.
I'll take care of it. Out.
All this. I see now why Commander Straker was so reluctant to have us up here. I'd like to say, Colonel, that your position, everything you've told me, it's a safe secret with me.
Have the amnesia shots been laid on for the Dalatech team?
We're going to administer them just before takeoff, Colonel.
Well, I think I'll get some rest. See you later.
Hello, Paul.
Hi.
I wondered why they brought 2 coffee cups.
How do you feel?
Fine.
Can I get you anything?
No. Paul, I wanted to apologize.
For what?
All the trouble we caused you losing that lunar module.
Come and sit down. Look, it wasn't your fault.
There wasn't anything we could have done.
But it would have happened anyway. It was inevitable.
We never did eat that fettuccine.
We will. But when you've forgotten about this,
Forgotten?
the amnesia shots, that there's nothing to worry about. So the Dalatech team stayed on for a couple more days.
You and Jay must have got pretty friendly.
Why did you ask her? Very funny. How does that old song go? Love's more beautiful the second time around. Just as wonderful with both feet on the ground. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't think you know me, but my name's Foster, Paul Foster. Now, I would say you are some kind of geologist. May I sit down?
Why, yes. How did you know I was a geologist?